uses of taxpayer dollars. That's our report for tonight. I'm Ted Koppel in Washington. For all of us here at ABC News, good night.
Has been Nightline. If you wish a video cassette version of Nightline, the cost is $14.98.
Watching KCBS TV Channel 2 Los Angeles. Now, the latest news, weather, and sports for Southern California. Channel 2 Action News.
As people questioned why it took Los Angeles police so long to respond to the initial violence, city officials are on the hot seat tonight. As Terry Anza reports, the frustration with City Hall runs very deep.
Never was there any suggestion that they hold back, that they delayed.
Mayor Bradley admitting that when live TV was showing brutal beatings last Wednesday and no police in sight, he made no effort to directly contact Police Chief Daryl Gates.
It is true that there was a state of hostility that existed where the chief and I did not talk.
During those first crucial hours, Gates was at a fundraiser and Bradley was at this church peace rally. Today, Bradley and other officials like Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas are accused of being out of touch with the streets.
You always see him around anybody that has anything to do with anything besides this neighborhood. He's always the master of ceremony. They should call him MC Mark Ridley Thomas.
Ridley Thomas's neighborhood office is now a smoking ruin.
Well, evidently he must be doing something that no one likes.
Today, Action News caught up with a couple of skilled tradesmen who put on their business suits and went to City Hall to ask that the job of rebuilding the community be given to the people who actually live here. Guess what? They couldn't find a single city official who would take the time to listen to them.
Without black participation in the rebuilding of this community, you might see the same thing happen over again.
After the Watts riots 27 years ago, the Macomb Commission said that electing more black officials would bring more opportunity to neighborhoods like this one. Now these ashes symbolize the frustration that for many it hasn't worked out that way.
When people are angry, it's like a child. When a child is angry about something, he'll take his own toy and throw it and smash it and destroy it. Because this is the only way he can vent his anger.
Rondney White helped build this office. Now he says he'll keep knocking on City Hall doors until someone gives him and others like him the chance to bring this community out of the ashes. Terry Anza, Channel 2 Action News.
From ABC, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
There I am.
For all the talk of change and new ways of doing things in Los Angeles that followed the riots last year, there's an awful lot of evidence that progress has been painfully slow. In rebuilding after the riots, one of the goals was to create employment for many blacks. Some blacks in Los Angeles say you can only do it through demonstration, even intimidation. Here's ABC's Ron Claiborne.
It happened this time at a freeway construction site. A group of unemployed blacks shut down work here because none of the workers was black.
So you're going to stop the job from going on by force?
We have stopped this job. It's not a question of we're going to. This job has been stopped.
In the last year, these and other loosely organized groups have closed dozens of work sites in South Central.
There I am again,
Demanding jobs for black construction
in the midst of the fire.
have an impact. In most cases, work resumes only after the contractor agrees to hire blacks.
Well, at the beginning I felt I was pressured, but when we created dialogue, I could see the point more and more.
Octute hired 6 black workers. Not all confrontations are settled so peacefully. Some white contractors say privately they've been forced to hire blacks, sometimes in the process lay off non-black workers because they've been threatened. And at times, it goes beyond threats.
You understand that, white boy?
Deacon Alexander heads a group of unemployed construction workers readily admits they use physical intimidation and sometimes violence against uncooperative contractors.
If you won't allow us to work, we're going to kick your butt if you attempt to work instead of us.
Some white contractors concede that most jobs have gone to white workers they've used for years, or else South Central's population and generally work for much lower wages.
The allegations that black contractors and workers have construction workers have been frozen out of the work post-rebellion is absolutely true.
These protest groups justify their actions by claiming to have succeeded in getting more than 400 jobs at 100 work sites. While most of those involved reject violence, even they say tough times demand tough action. Mark Claiborne, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, from KTTV Los Angeles, Christine Devine, Bob Donlin, Mark Thompson, and Rick Garcia, this is Fox News. Memories of LA's riots are bringing together an unusual assortment of people in one particular rebuilding effort. Rival gang members, former prison inmates, and the homeless are all actively involved in reconstructing their own community. Dave Bryan shows us it's a project that rebuilds lives as well as buildings. Out of the ashes of the LA riots, hard work and reconstruction.
This is a job site that was led by the Black Carpenters. We got a $1.3 million contract here.
One of the hardest working men here is labor foreman Fred Ward, former cocaine addict, streetwise drug dealer, ex-con. He now feels like he's been reborn.
I've been to prison and different things like that, but for me now, see, I can walk out and tell people, hey, when little kids walk up to me and ask me what I do now, I say, hey, I'm a carpenter. You know, they say, what's a carpenter? Hey, I build houses, I build buildings, I build now.
Ward is not alone. Many of the workers who are rebuilding this Thrifty Drug Store are getting a second chance in life. Former convicts and the chronically unemployed homeless who were being trained in construction skills by the Black Carpenters Association. Even rival gang members.
I have Blood gang members. I have Crip gang members working side by side, formerly arch enemies. And now they're working together on a project, building a wall together.
Project manager Jake Bellamy says there is more to retraining gang members than teaching carpentry skills.
You got to individually reach back and get their hands and walk them now back into the mainstream of life. Take a man who used to shooting a gun in this environment, I can bring him in this environment and give him a jackhammer.
Supporters of this project say it's unique because it's not only rebuilding LA with bricks and mortar, but it's renewing the spirit and economy of the community by providing jobs to those who need them the most. Almost everyone connected with this project lives in an area that was hard hit by the riots. But project organizers acknowledge rebuilding one drugstore will hardly solve the problems that led to the riot. In other words, it's only a drop in the bucket.
There's a commitment in Bosnia of billions of dollars. There's a commitment in Russia. If that same commitment was given to South Central Los Angeles, I believe that I can make South Central Los Angeles look like Westwood.
In 90 days, this project will be complete and the new Thrifty will be filled again with shoppers. But when it's over, the Chreshaw district will have more than just a drugstore.
It's not just rebuilding LA, it's rebuilding your mind.
In the Chreshaw district, Dave Bryan, Fox News.